Hello, everybody. I want to have a brief update of what the universal aspect of this universe is of and for and about. This universe was dedicated to the whole principle of having a universal travel and a universal security of world peace amongst all universes. Therefore, this universe being formatted of righteousness of resurrection and death, and upon that completing the marriage of love through marriage. My father, now I would like to say and tell everyone that he is God. My father is God, being of my existence, my existence in beginning of creation of the Holy Bible and of humanity in this universe. Now, bringing you to a universal aspect, I want everyone to think about how we got here and how is it possible that everyone is sharing the same universe. Well, in that whole same way, you have to know who I am, and that the Bible speaks about death and it speaks about resurrection. So therefore, utilizing lifetimes, my father in his lifetime, he came from another universe to establish this universe based on Yaya being resurrected and me and him being of marriage. So this universe was more of a fellowship. If you guys watch the movie Lord of the Rings, you have the Fellowship of the Ring. You have people coming together, and they all had a pact. And basically, in that same way was the pact made of who I am, of this universe, and preserving the resurrection of Yaya, which is my cousin that my dad beheaded in his lifetime. When he was a child, my dad beheaded him, and then therefore, upon my dad having his, let's just say, upon my dad living life and finding his purpose in life and being educated in who he was, and my dad finding his meaning and purpose in life, he ended up having this universal consciousness of peace, of uniting all of the universes and allowing that peace brought on by his purpose, which was of resurrection. And at that current time and moment, my dad being from the universe of Samoa, being that all Samoans were in that universe, he had the whole technology to back him up that his purpose in life was to override death. So him having that united consciousness of Mother Nature's children, he had the whole purpose and meaning of the math, of the science, the chemistry, of the right of all humanity to establish and restore and preserve through I would like to say life for your life, where it is a insurance to everlasting life and of, I would say, world peace and universal peace. So therefore, establishing the universal peace and restoring that into existence as to the thought of having that and making that into reality. So therefore, in the universal consciousness, they all came together like Lord of the Rings and had a pact that in this universe, they would all come together and unite all humanity. Them all coming together, and in the workings of my father, they knew that my dad was Mother Nature because of my roles in life and basically who I am and the death that happened that also takes on a man's aspect of force of life. And Mother Nature just basically on the influences of women, feministic properties, and the whole, I would say, existence of my character and role and place in life that I have in the universes all connected. And them having that meaning and understanding of the purpose of my dad was to resurrect Yaya in this universe. So therefore, in all the other universes, they all came together in this particular universe and utilized that, hey, in their universes or everyone's universes, they have achieved the highest technology to time travel, and the only difference was they couldn't do that in other universes because there was no security there. So therefore, in this universe, my father and his purpose and meaning and task in life was to preserve that security, preserve that measurement of life and death. So in Yaya being resurrected was that they would allow that, and to further preserve that in a recreation of jumping through time of this universe having that time, they had to have the insurance of the future generations and the insurance of all the other universes being protected from this universe of, let's just say, in the making and the creation of. So therefore, in the insurance of this universe, it would be quarantined from other universes, but the information and the knowledge for the other universes to have that peace, to where upon my dad and Yaya and my mom, if right now currently Yaya's beheaded, then Yaya got beheaded because he seen and he knew the, let's just say, he knew of the laws of love and the laws of life, and he would be able to see the balancing that my father and his, I would say, people that came here in this universe knew, and seen the difference of the recreation. Therefore, in that, how Yaya came about was that in my father's universe, they utilized jumping through time, and they had that factor of time travel in to grab Yaya before he was beheaded, and then in that lifetime have them anticipate and observe the whole completion of my father's work, which would be in this universe. So therefore, when my father died, it was either if in the insurance that my father would be able to go to some full body leave, but he would not be able to leave this universe. So in the whole insurance of my father was that the worst that could happen was that he got disconnected from every other universe, but he still got to reign as full God of this whole universe. He would be able to reign as God, and his seed in this universe would maintain that, but this whole universe would be quarantined from other universes. But the rewards in that is that all the other universes would be heaven in compared to this universe, because this universe would be serving that whole meaning and that whole factor of universal peace, and that my father establishing that with righteousness and the lifetimes of my mom and Yaya sacrificing themselves to prove that, hey, we know a higher, more meaning to life than of hate and wickedness, of injusticeness. So them completing all that, they preserved in my lifetime the love of my mother's marriage, the virginity of her, as I am a virgin of now, and they also preserved my father's vengeance, my father's wrath, of him being disconnected from all the other universes, which his whole meaning and purpose in this universe was to establish that and share that with this universe amongst all other universes. Being that life sphere life was that main idea of him having the facting scale of sharing that full meaning of eternal life and eternal salvation with all the other universes alike. And I want to bring this in, that the insurance of everything going wrong, and that my mom lost her wings, and that Yaya died and got beheaded, and that my mom went with Yaya to Fongaloo and show everyone that, hey, I'm God of this universe, and I am God of the universes because of what my father has done. And Yaya, upon reaping the rewards of getting beheaded in this universe, he would be alive. He would be preserved in the other universes. Meaning that my father and him, they changed that. The universe is staying, or the universes in Samoa, or the universe in Samoa saved my father's work to preserve Yaya's life from not being beheaded because of this universe, this specific universe being hell. So therefore, in having that universal mind of seeing how life is and life is about, this universe, and I want to say that, this universe, let's see the gas planet over there, and see the other planet right here, and then the purple planet right here, solely depends on whether my cousin is beheaded or not. If my cousin is not beheaded, then everyone has the right to utilize time travel. Everyone has the right to cross into other galaxies and other universes. Everyone has that full purpose and meaning to life to not be of limitation, because we would have the security and the knowledge of technology. And if, on the contrary, Yaya is beheaded, over here, then this whole universe becomes hell, and I become God Satan, meaning that the whole Holy Bible shows proof of my existence, and it shows proof of my Father's vengeance, that I have the right to exercise on anyone and everybody, meaning everything belongs to me, and that I am from a universe of heaven to where my Father is the inheritor of all heavens, because of the peace established and because of my Father's role in life and what my Father has done upon restoring life. So therefore, I'm here in this limitation, I would say, universe in comparison to the heavenly universe that I came from. So therefore, oh, my cousin's beheaded. Okay, well, we're back in this back in this mode, God Satan hell. We're back in that. So therefore, my vengeance and my wrath is allowed, and I'm permitting, or it's permissible for me to exercise all my evil, because all evil would belong and remain to me. And thus for my child returning in the future. So therefore, to understand that, that would mean that my mom died for that, and Yaya died for that. Because my mom wouldn't go and get beheaded if Yaya... Let's just say this. My mom told Yaya not to get beheaded, because if he did, then my father's wrath would be a vengeance upon all mankind. To all those who plagiarized, to all those who posed, would all be, the fury would be unleashed on them. So Yaya would have that knowledge, and he would have that understanding to know exactly what my father was coming from, as of me being the dedication and of proof of love of Yaya, being that technology and biology of my mom and my dad's love, being sustained through those lifetimes to show and prove that I am God in return, and that I am not a person to be messed with, and I'm not a person to be, let's just say, thinking of any evil to be against, because all that would be falling lewd on them, because my father, my mom, and Yaya would all falling lewd them, because I am currently saved and preserved in a universe to where I outnumber and I outweigh everyone's conscious and thoughts, literally, because of my universal conscious from heaven and the universal remaining consciousness from hell. So in that, being technology biology, I would know everything down to your soul. C-I-O-L-E, meaning that everything you think, everything you hum in your mind, anything that you see in your mind, any mental pictures, any, just say everything would be under my power, would be under my jurisdiction, and everything would be under my exact proof of what I mean of in universal aspect of knowing who you are and what place you have in life. So therefore, being of Mother Nature, I would be Mother Nature's, let's just say, I would be a man-mother, or a mother-man. A mother-man. Being that since I'm a man, I would be a mother-father-man. So everyone would know and understand that in the generations to come, you would see and know, because everyone remaining that is saying that that is my book and that I am God would be testament to that. And you would see, literally, if you're hating on me now, or you've been jealous of me, In the future, you would see when you get your head beheaded, and when I get my head beheaded, you would see that the outnumbering of how many people on the planet are all saying that I am God and that I'm right, because all the generations in the future will know and understand that I am God. They will know that. All generations in the future, meaning all cultures, all nations, because I am coming out of this tempest shield, meaning that in my Gwala, being of awakening to one sense, I have proven the fact of faith. Everything the Bible speaks of, I have proven that. And from death, I have also proven that because of my merits and my clemency of Jesus, being a resurrection, which the Bible speaks of, and being the Savior of man, as my cousin not being beheaded would show proof of the lifetimes and of the universal permission to travel unto other universes. Yaya not being beheaded as of this current, which I cannot wait to marry. After I am done in completion of this marriage preparation of fasting 4 months and being within the mathematics of the end scales, I am totally, I'm like excited beyond the measure of like partying. I'm like on to a full measure of planning my life to be in happiness, and especially teaching this righteousness that has been embedded in my soul from my dad from heaven, and to meet my dad. Like, I'm seriously in a whole spectrum of just meeting my dad and meeting Yaya, and then having the full completion of knowing being beheaded, and that just being some nightmare or just something that I overcame and was like, oh, that's just a fake dream. I'm by far happy, and most of all to share that with Yaya right here, my Jesus. So in that, the merit and clemency of him resurrecting and being resurrected, I just want to give my thanks to everyone, and I want to give my thanks to my dad especially, and let everyone know that in the universal aspect, upon my marriage, it depends on if he's been beheaded, then this would be hell, and if he hasn't been beheaded, then this is permissible to everyone, that we're allowed to jump through time, and we're allowed to travel through other galaxies and universes. So thank you, and thank you for heeding this message. And upon the marriage, I cannot wait. I seriously cannot wait. Like, I've been through a lot of things, and I'm just like, man, I cannot wait, because this is a lot of life to live. Peace, yeah.